Good evening and welcome to Cayce Legends Past and Present. My name is Andy Thomas and I'm the curator of the Cayce Historical Museum, and we are proud to present our second annual program on African American legends of Cayce. I want to first thank and introduce our Cayce Historical Museum Commissioners who are here this evening. If they'll just please stand up. James Stewart, Chair of the Cayce Historical Museum Commission. Pamela Sultan, Vice Chair. David Brinkman and Charlita Earl. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you for coming. Next, I want to introduce members of our Commission's African American Subcommittee that have worked hard over the last several years to discover and make known the African American history in our area. Please stand up or make yourself known. Here is Yvonne Smith. She's our chair. Pamela Sultan, Vice Chair. Ebony Reed, Secretary. Charlita Earl. Samara Wigfall. And James Finney could not join us tonight, but he is also a part of this committee. Thank you so much for all your hard work. Our community is diverse. Our museum is striving to also be diverse. Our museum is meant to be enjoyed by everyone and should be welcoming to all. We have some great stories to tell in the Cayce area, but many of these stories on our African American community has been missing and need to be remembered and celebrated by the Cayce community and also communicated to visitors to illustrate a more complete history of Cayce. Soon, within the next 2 months, we will be opening our African American Legends of Cayce exhibit. It is based on the social media posts and events like this program that have highlighted our African American community's history over the last several years. This exhibit will be the first exhibit to focus on African Americans in Cayce specifically. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Go to the Cayce Historical Museum for updates on this exhibit and its opening. If you have not been to our museum, please visit us. We are open Tuesday through Friday from 9 to 4 and Saturday and Sundays 2 to 5. Our rates are low with $3 for adults, $2 for seniors, and $1 for children 12 or younger. Sundays are free to our residents. We also try to do a free program every month. Next month, we will have an archaeology day on Saturday, June the 3rd from 9 to 3 o'clock p.m. on the museum grounds. We had archaeologists dig there recently and now have some real historical mysteries around our museum, including finding unexpected Native American artifacts. On June 3rd, the archaeologists will be digging and looking for more artifacts, including more Native American ones. Bring your family and especially your children if you want to ask questions and want to see how archaeologists work and other aspects of this profession. Finally, please enjoy this evening and celebrate the African American heritage of our community and the individuals we are honoring this evening who made it. I am now going to turn this over to Tracy Hegler, who is the city manager for the city of Cayce.
Good evening, all. What a delight to see you all here tonight. On behalf of the city of Cayce, let me please welcome you. I'm standing here in place of Mayor Elise Parton. She's so very sorry she got called away for work, but she wanted to be here, she would be here. And she, as well as myself and the rest of council, are so proud of the work that the Historical Museum Commission has done, the African American Committee, Andy Thomas. This is just a delight for us to be a part of and to see happening in our city. We're excited about the future exhibits. We're excited to hear tonight about your legends and want to continue to tell that history of our city. As Andy said, it is diverse. We are proud of that. We want to continue to honor that. And again, welcome tonight. I don't want to stand up here long. We have a lot of people we want to hear about in a short time to get there. So again, welcome. So happy to see you and have a great night. Thank you.
We're going to go right into our program. Our first legend is Calvary Holiness Church, and Samara Wigfall will tell us about Calvary.
Good evening again. Calvary Holiness Church, oh God, was established November 4th, 1952 by eight people. That night, a presidential election was being held, but that evening, a spiritual election of the souls was being held. Today, Calvary is pastored by Elder Michael Jacobs and is located on Popular Street in Cayce.
Do we have a representative from Calvary Holiness Church?
Yvonne, speak to the microphone.
Can you step down from Calvary? Can you step down?
That's okay. Who's from Calvary? I'll be more than happy to bring it to you. Just raise your hand. That's okay. Thank you so very much.
We can barely hear you. We can barely hear you.
Oh, can barely hear us. Can't barely hear us. Okay.
Thank you so
Thank
very
you
much.
again. Thank you so much.
Our next legend is Clarence Hopkins, and Charlotta Earl will tell us about Clarence.
Good evening. Clarence R. Hopkins was committed to the power of education. His experience in the Korean conflict empowered him upon his return home to attend Benedict College, where he majored in education. He later completed his master's degree at USC. His first and only teaching assignment was at Chesterfield Elementary School in Chesterfield, South Carolina, where he taught science and art. He made it his mission to expand the interests of his students by introducing them to modern dance, drama, arts, and crafts. His goal was to help his students acquire skills that would enhance their abilities to interact outside their immediate community and strive to further educational advancement. This same philosophy applied to the Cayce community he loved. During the summer months, he taught arts and crafts to the youth. He was a devoted member of Mount Pleasant Baptist Church, where he served as a deacon, choir director, and Sunday school superintendent. After his retirement, he started the first unofficial senior action program in the community, teaching senior citizens how to make ceramics, jewelry, and pocketbooks and dolls. He, as a lifelong learner and teacher of the arts and crafts and a believer in the power of community, he provided an avenue for young people to see outside of their community and visualize their possibilities, and gave the elderly a sense of purpose and an avenue for self-expression and socialization. Clarence R. Hopkins.
Our next legend will be Evelyn Jackson Braxton. Evelyn Braxton wears many hats. She's a minister, life coach, singer, and matriarch of America's Talent siblings, Tony, Michael, the late Tracy, Tawanda, and Trina, and Tamar. She's fully armed with her love of God and her educational background to inspire people worldwide. From the long roads of Cayce, South Carolina, to the city streets of Severn, Maryland, Ms. Braxton quickly learned the value of family and a solid foundation with God. After facing and overcoming the hardships that life can bring, Ms. Braxton has learned to live with no regret. Instead, she lives a life of love and grace. Ms. Braxton is the founder of God Can Heal the Heart, an organization of self-development founded to edify and counsel individuals towards their purpose in life. She's launched her own beauty line, Miss E's Beauty Solution, Miss E's Eyebrow Growth Serum, and she's also released a cooking book, Cooking with Miss E, a book of recipes and family memoirs. She's the second of the youngest of 9 children of Reverend John and Mama Beulah Jackson of Cayce. She attended Sojourner College, studied social science and psychology, and she also attended Wesley Seminary College in Washington. Ms. Jackson enjoys life along with spending time with her children, grandchildren, and great-grandson. Do we have someone from? Our next legend will be Councilman James Jenkins. And Pamela Sullivan will tell us about him.
Okay, I know y'all having a little difficulty hearing us. I don't think you'll have a problem hearing me. I'm real tiny, but I have a big voice. Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I'm going to talk about this person. It's Councilman James Skip Jenkins. Councilman Jenkins is the longest-serving city councilman who was born and reared in Cayce and still lives blocks from where he grew up. He is the son of Lester and Alma Jenkins and the third oldest of 6 children. He attended the former Ida A. Bull Elementary School, what is now known as Cayce Elementary, and Lakeview High School in West Columbia. He also is involved with the West Metro area. He is a lifelong member and trustee of the Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church in Cayce. Skip was elected to Cayce County Council in 2002 and presently is Mayor Pro Tem. He retired from CMC Steel as the CMC Steel employee and the Eastern Regional for 46 years of dedicated service. As a councilman, he was very instrumental in developing the Andrew Barnett Park on Lee Street and Lucas. That is right in the community where he is. I'm just going to talk kind of off of the script. To have a council person who actually is still in your community, who's still working, his family is here. It says monumental things, because that means that you are just really mounted in this community. So there's just so many things I can say, but I want to say, because we live on the same street, and it is just wonderful to have a council person who is able to listen to the citizens of Cayce, but also he's a part of the city of Cayce. So I'd like to say, Councilman Skip Jenkins, our councilman, our councilman, our councilman. Unless you just want us to bring it. Which one? Which one, sir? There you go.
We will next learn about the James Street Block Party, and Samara will give us that.
The James Street Block Party was started in 2014 as a desire to unite the community in a positive way. Michael Washington and Rodney Mack were considered the president and vice president and planned everything and did all the cooking. I'm gonna paraphrase this from now, but it's important that we still have this in our community, and they are taking donations and funding. And he is here today, so if you would like, please open your pockets. They do have a council or a committee that works together with Tina Washington, LaWanda Mack, Joanne Rump, and Donna Singleton. And they will be having a block party that unites Cayce and West Columbia. Is there a representative from James Street Block Party?
legend will be Jessie Lou Bibbs Gasson, and Pamela Salter will tell us about her.
Mrs. Jessie Lou Bibbs Gasson was born here in Cayce, April the 15th. Mrs. Gasson always had a love for cooking and feeding the community. She worked at Anchor Cafe for over 15 years and worked in nutrition as a cook at Lexington Medical for 20 years before retiring in 2005. She currently has, as of when we did the posting, 26 great-great-grandchildren and 34 great-great-grandchildren. If nothing else, we have to clap for that. Mrs. Gadsden's motto is, I walk by faith and not by sight. Representative, or is Ms. Gadsden here? Is there anyone from her family that's here, Ms. Gadsden? Please come forward. As you can see, what we're showcasing people that you gave us. This is not a list that we made up. This is a list that the community brought to us. And so we want to make sure that they get into our museum and have a place.
Our next legend needs no introduction. Everybody knows Johnny Dogwood West. He was born in Kingstree, South Carolina, and once he moved to Cayce, he never left. He can always be found anywhere, Cayce, West Columbia, or Columbia, in his signature look, cut-off shorts, crop top, tank top, white knee-high socks, and braids, which have now turned gray. He still walks every day, even though he had open heart surgery in 2015. And we're blessed to have him here tonight, and he just had surgery on Monday. He has many nicknames: Dog West, Jason, or Johnny. His favorite is Undertaker. He does not bother anyone, but sometimes people look at him and mistake him for something that he is not. However, he's not going to let anybody take advantage of him. He now has over 500 bandanas and quite a collection of white knee-high socks. People are always showing him love and wanting to take pictures of him. He can always be found anywhere where people are gathered and having a good time. His father told him to keep doing you, which is his motto, and he wants to be remembered. I kept on, and I completed my course with the Lord. I kept on. Amen. Legend is Odom's Garage.
Odom's Garage. The location was 1325 Popular Street here in Cayce. Richard Odom, automotive mechanic, was born in Denmark, South Carolina, and made his way to Cayce in the late 30s. He started out as a supplementing his income for his family, quickly turned into a family-owned business. Mr. Odom started his business in the backyard of his own home in the middle 50s, with an idea of just working on the weekends, doing minor repairs for families. His gift from God and his interest in wanting to know how cars really worked. As soon as his sons were old enough to remove a screw, he had them under the hood as well. So as you can see, a lot that we're talking about, a lot of the people we're talking about, this is just a family. It's a family of people that are doing things, and it makes a world of a difference. And we can show our young generation that family is very important. Mr. Odom saw this as an opportunity for his sons to be self-employed and having a trade that would allow them to work and earn a fair income. Richard Jr., Edward, Bobby, and Randy are all trained by his father. Now, I don't know about any of you. My husband, Lemuel Sultan, his father, and his uncle, it's a gift when you can get it from a family member. It's such a gift. It's such a gift. By then, basic diagnostic techniques were done. Mr. Odom had his sons to do it by ear. Old mechanics, that's the way they used to do it. They could hear what to do with the cars. Mr. Odom always found pleasure in helping wherever he could. His passion for solving issues with cars quickly spread throughout Cayce and West Columbia. Odom's Garage.
Our next legend is Miss Pamela Hampton Sultan, and Charlotta will tell us all about her.
All right. Pamela Hampton Sultan is the first African-American Donna International Certified Birth and Postpartum Doula at Lexington Medical Center, West Columbia, South Carolina. She gives newborn infants and their families unconditional love and maternal help and health support before, during, and after birth in Lexington and Richland counties, and has been doing so since 1997. As a member of the Lexington School District 2 2014 Bond Referendum Facility Community Task Force, she was instrumental in the planning and construction of this facility, the Lexington School District 2 Innovation Center. Pamela is an active member of the Central South Carolina Habitat for Humanity and helped with the first implementation of the Neighborhood Revitalization Project in Cayce. She enjoys community work in Cayce and is a lantern tour interpreter for the 12,000-year historical park, a member of the African American Committee at the Cayce Museum, as well as serving as a commissioner with the Cayce Historical Museum. She's been married to her husband, Lemuel, for over 30 years and is the mother of 2 adult children. Pamela Hampton.
Our next